Good morning. Mr. Grinch did not want to come outside this morning, so we are just going to be touring with Miss Margaret Thatcher this morning. Today is June 24th. I waited so long to make a video, hoping that more things would be blossoming. But our winter was really hard this year, so things are just taking a little bit longer. Obviously, things in containers are annual, so those just are going to have color. But things are starting to kind of pop up. I always pronounce these wrong. These are Rugosa Roses Teresa Budget. They're very, very pretty, double ruffled. You have some salvia, Russian sage, and a whole bunch of lilies popping up. If you want to be a good girl, you can come with me. You gonna be a good girl? Are you gonna be a good girl? Alright, come with me. Don't be a troublemaker. So I've had some interestingness with my hanging baskets. There was bugs in them, so I had them on the ground. And I was spraying bug spray in them. And one morning, I'd put them behind my car so I could mow. And I wake up really early in the morning to go to work. And I forgot that they were behind my car, and I ran two of them over. So that's why you can see that the first and the last one are different containers, because I ran them over. So I just got new baskets, and I took the old and put them into the new. So hopefully the flowers do okay. I've had some real issues with the bugs in the annuals this year. And one thing about Montana is I swear they get their line of annuals in, and that's it. So, I actually have a different annual, if you can see in the second one. That is a limoncello petunia, when everything else is super bells. So, yeah, hopefully nobody will notice. Maggie, baby girl. Normally she doesn't get to come over here. So she's very much curious. My apologies. All these different smells. So Adam's rose is starting to come up pretty good. It should be blossoming soon. I might just make another video real quick of when every rose starts to pop. Catmint always does good. Always, always, always. My peonies. If you're ever having problems with your peonies not flowering, you need to move the mulch around. It also, Maggie, come here. Has a rhizome just like an iris, so that needs to hit sun in order for it to flower. Look how pretty that is. So very, very pretty. What you think? Huh? You're very cute, good lady. I'm not going to take her close to the street with no fence, but that's how that's looking. Alright, Maggie, you ready? Let's tour it up. Come on. We actually say garden tours to the dogs, and they know exactly what that means. I do have a little leash on them still with this fence, just because that fence over there is not done. And my dogs, well, Grinch, can be kind of he can be a butt, let's be honest. Causes problems. These roses are dark desire roses. There's no blossoms on them. Lowe's had them, and they were getting no light, no water, and they discounted them for me. So spray them with some neem oil, give them with good water, and they are going to grow nicely. We've had a lot of rain. I do have lemon slice super tunias and wave tunias in here. But we've had really, really hard rain, so I've had a deadhead. And the lemon slices had bugs, so it's just been a buggy year. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, I forgot, most importantly, my wisteria. This is a reblooming Blue Moon wisteria. I got it last year, and it actually bloomed this year for me. How crazy is that? So, I'm pretty excited. I did get another wisteria to go on the other side of the fence, so it can go along this fence. In the front, that is catmint, and I have some white and pink salvias. The catmint is going absolutely crazy now. You can even see at the mailbox, I have some super petunias. Darn, I can't remember the blue thing, but I have some red petunias in there as well, so I could have a red, white, and blue theme up there. And yeah, the white and blue this year are taking over more than the red. Oh wow. It'll catch up. Lilies will be popping up soon. They're absolutely pretty. Those are wave petunias on the bottom as well. This is my purple, white, and pink garden. The only thing that is not that color would be the daffodils that I planted, but I thought they were pink daffodils, and they are not. And my husband likes daffodils, so I'm just going to let that happen. This is my new section this year. Again, that's why everything's just a little bit smaller. This will be my pink, sorry about the car, pink, purple, and yellow theme. Slowly things have started to bloom. Please don't be in the garden, Maggie. You know better. This is a blueberry hill. Hi. Are you my little helper today? You are. Good girl. Don't know why Grinch didn't want to come out here. This will be my next project, probably next month, is getting all the paint to finish my river coming down. There will be an arbor arch right there, the rose that is right next to Maggie, and right in the middle there are climbing roses. So I will have an arbor, and the two little things in the pots are clematises, and I'll have those growing up along with it as well. Baby's breath, peonies, columbine in the back there. Blue Johnson stringing. I just bought this one this year to match the other two that I had. Now these two Blue Johnson stringings I actually moved more forward because they were just taking over and the roses couldn't get any sun, so I moved them forward. They're looking kind of, not the prettiest, but they survived, and next year they will be even more prettier. I got very blessed with all the rain that we had in order to transplant. These Baby's Breath I bought because I had ordered some Bare Root Baby's Breath. Here is one of them, and only 2 of them made it. So I just went to a nursery in town and bought 2. I honestly think they may be 2 different Baby's Breaths, because look at that. They do not look the same. Those lilies in the background are Anastasia lilies. They should, at maturity, which would be probably next year or the year before, get to 6 to 8 feet tall. This is my blush rose. Look how pretty that is. My hollyhocks are going to be huge this year. I started seeds for them, and it's hard to start seeds. It's my first year. I'm learning. We'll get there. I'll show you my project I did this week. This is my hose reel. I could have just put something on the house, but it's hard with the hoses when they're that heavy if they're in the back and then bringing them forward. So I thought if I made a post and brought it all the way forward, it would just be easier to get the hoses out, and then they won't hurt any of the plants. So I like it. I used just pea pebble. I did not put concrete in there. It's just hoses, so it'll hold pretty well. Okay. In the background, we obviously have our hollyhocks. There's a sea green juniper in the back, in the middle. And then I have some pink baby's breath right in front of that. And then I have 2 Bonicas roses in front of that. And then right in the middle, you see all that orange right in the middle? That is called a Princess Apricot Rose. If you move kind of to the sides, you'll see the peonies right there. Right behind that, we have some Russian sage growing. A Morden Sunrise Rose that is starting to kind of bloom out a little. Those are kind of salmony with a little bit of yellow inside. And then right behind that, those hollyhocks took over. I had to cut some of the leaves on the bottoms because I have some music box roses that are behind that, and they weren't getting any sun. So hopefully now they will get a little bit of sun. And then this guy right here is a little yellow rose, and I can't remember its name at the moment. It'll come to me. And then there's a sedum right behind it. I should get more fall things that bloom in fall. I just don't really want to, because then I know winter's coming. But yay, it's starting to come. Okay. Grandpa's wishing well he made me. One thing I don't know if I've actually, shown you is my window boxes. Those are Super Bells. I think Pink Charm. And something else is purple with obviously white stripes into it that are going crazy compared to the pink. Hi, Maggie. Back here. Or I guess side yard first. My snow in the mountain going crazy. I can't remember which video it was, but I told you about how I was watching a video. It said if your plant is starting to kind of change back colors, they were given a fungus in order to get the color that they had. And long story short, I cut it back and it came back green. So I don't know, some of it's popping out. Maggie, come on, baby girl. Hold on. Sorry about pausing. But he likes to bark. So I did plant some hostas in there. I just don't think they made it. I can't remember what those purple things are. Mind the mess. I'm digging a trench in so I can put my soaker hoses in there. foxgloves. I just planted some ostrich ferns. You can kind of see it growing over there on the left. My dwarf. Something happened this year and this one did not make it, so I need to get a new one. It's so sad. Alright, Maggie. You ready, pretty? Look at how pretty she is. So the big news right now is I painted my fence blue. Absolutely love. And I will get a better view as we're walking down. I decided to make a planter box over here. So there's a bunch of impatiens. And what is the other one? I do apologize. Lobella's in there. And then I have some caladium bulbs that I just put in. They're called Florida Fancy and Rosebud. So those will hopefully pop up. And then in the back, I had elephant ears. So once things get a little warmer here, things should be popping up. It has been super cold this year. We've gotten one 80-degree day, almost 90, but one, and it's June 24th, sorry. Take a view of that fence. How pretty. So we built the fence on the sides the very first year we moved here, and the fence in the back was already here, and so that is a very old fence. It also has wire on it, so I couldn't just stain, because I did stain the fence. It's actual stain. It's just thick, like a paint, but it almost has like acrylic in it, so it seals it. It's wonderful. But the back fence, I actually had to spray paint, and I found a paint that pretty well matches it, actually. So that's lovely. The rugosas. They're yellowing this year, which normally means I think they need more nitrogen. I have been spraying them for bugs. I have given them food, and so I bought some more food. This is the grant. I've been normally using like Miracle Grow on them, but this stuff will be a slow release. So hopefully everything looks good. Things are starting to slowly die down in here. There are some wave petunias in there that once everything dies back will start to come out. Lilies are starting to pop up. There's something wonderful about buying your first tree and watching it grow. This is our golden willow. I just love it. Especially with that blue fence, the yellow bark will look gorgeous with it. I did plant some dahlias. If you see the sticks sticking up back there, that's where I kind of planted them. They were on sale at Lowe's, so we'll see. We'll see if they make it. White garden time. May still be bleeding hard. Look at my white hostas. Some of them are doing okay, some of them are not. One thing I was actually reading up on is, so your actually plants need to be green. It's chlorophyll. It's how they produce, food, things like that. And so this is why they start out white and then slowly turn to green, is because you actually need them to turn green. If you have white hostas or any hosta with white into it, that's the majority white, they are a little slow at growing. And that's because of that, the chlorophyll. I think I have one right there, kind of slightly off onto the right. Japanese anemone that made it. I planted 4 last year. I think that's the only one that made it. One thing you should know, guys, is if you do plant things under a pine tree, obviously it gets a lot less moisture. I come out here in the winter and I throw snow underneath this pine tree. It does get some, of course, underneath it, but if it's been a while, I will literally shovel snow out here and look like the crazy lady. But I don't care. Look at that goat's beard. How crazy, Bernie. And it's surrounded by astilbes. Should be popping up. The white garden is just one of those things that will be in slow, one thing at a time. Like, I do have to move these guys because they do flower a purple, and they're so pretty. And I'm going to move them under the pine tree on the other side where that brick planter was. That's my next year project. My hydrangeas. Ooh, snow in summer has actually bloomed. How pretty. Doesn't get the best sun back here, but it does get some. These lilies are the same as like the Anastasia lilies up front. They will at maturity get to 6 to 8 feet tall. This year they're probably only going to get 3 to 4 feet tall, because to be honest, last year I put them in those biodegradable pots and started them because this wasn't ready to go, and then I planted them and they never came up because I stupidly planted them in the ground and covered them with soil. Well, guess what? When they're already popping up, that's just not the smart. I'm just proud that they came back. Bulbs. You gotta love bulbs. But look how pretty that is, guys. I am bringing out the river a little bit more this year, just so it has a little bit more room to walk in. And I didn't have that edging there last year, and so the mulch got into it. That's why you can see the different coloration. I'm always going to kind of have to deal with something because of the pine tree, but still, this is what I see through my window when I'm doing dishes. My planters in the trees are doing very well. There's some violas, they're yellow, and mint. Mint is obviously for the bees. I love bees. Please don't take that the wrong way. Really want bees to survive. But wasps. Sorry, wasps is what got me actually last year. But you know what? When you are just kind of walking around, you hear buzzing, you don't know what it is. Oh my goodness. Hi. Look at her. Aren't dogs the best? Sorry, my heart goes to bulldogs in particular, but I wanted to show you real quick. My parrot, I had that for a couple years, and we have had the worst issue trying to find a good branch for it, so I can always see it through the window and it doesn't twirl around. So my husband put it up a little higher for me, and it's perfect right there. I just love my parrot. Don't you love the next door neighbor's American flag? It's so cool. It's so cool. He did such a good job on it. And then seeing it in the winter time, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Very jealous. But at least I get to see it through the backyard. Scan that birdhouse in that back corner. I'm pretty sure it has a wasp nest. I'm too scared to touch it. That's the pine tree that I'll move those other plants into. Alright, peonies should be popping up soon. You can get shade peonies, and that's what this one is. It's still pulling towards where it can get more light. Look at that. There's nothing like coming out first thing in the morning. That's all the rock. What are we doing? Getting rid of all that stuff. Everybody's got a pile. Alright. That's so nice coming out first thing in the morning. So quiet. Nobody's out here. Nobody does anything. My flowers are blooming. Black petunia, a super petunia, I think it's cafe something. Black potato vine, red rose. White rose, black petunia, black potato vine, and I think black cherry petunia. Ooh, we'll see. I do think this gets a little too much sun, but it's surviving, so next year I'll just kind of remember. I don't know if you know, but something else is just as pretty, or if not prettier, than flowers. I don't know. Maggie. You're a good girl. Look at her. Same one right here. I kind of took you through this. The pink salvias were transplanted. That one's doing very well. The one back there is doing pretty well. Lilies are starting to pop up. This one is not doing as well, but it's still surviving. That's all that matters. Next year it will be gorgeous. Alright, I'll just quick do containers, and then my mint. I should have put holes into it, by the way. I didn't do that, and we got a rainstorm. Oh. The white and the kind of pinky red are in patience. They're just doubled. And then I put my purple violas in there as well. And then my fuchsias. My Lena fuchsias. But I had the violas in my front containers for spring. And when you want to change them out, I just put them in the backyard. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry Grumpy Grinch was not willing to come outside. Some days he's just an old man and doesn't want to. And we don't make him do things. So Maggie, are you ready to have a good day? Tell everybody bye and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.